still you could have written, right? Because you attended the course. You could have added it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So this knowledge that I got from class I can add that.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you know, you should add.
And the project did it.
You can add. So, first introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name is Dia and I'm coming from Kerala. I have did my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering from MBS College of Engineering.
One second. Let's keep it here. Recording it.
Should I?
No, yeah, say continue.
My name is Dia Fatma and I'm coming from Kerala. I have done my BTech in Computer Science and Engineering and I have gained a CGPA of 7.6. And to talk about my skills, I know React.js, Django, Python, Flask, and HTML and CSS as well. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. So what role are you expecting? What role you want to get into?
Okay, I like both front end and back end. I mean, anything is fine, but for me, front end is like we can see the live result at that time. So I like a little bit more front end than back end, but back end is also fun.
Okay, so you are more into front end side, right?
Yeah.
So which front end framework do you use?
React. I also know a little bit of Next.js also.
Okay, so you use React, right? In React, okay, you write the core logic in React. For designing, to give the design to it, which framework do you use for styling?
Mainly CSS or SAS. I don't use Bootstrap.
Okay, so you write the raw CSS code. Have you heard about Tailwind CSS? Okay, have you tried it?
I have heard that Tailwind comes along with TypeScript, so I thought maybe after completing JavaScript, I can move it.
Okay. So tell me, um, when you press the submit button in any forms, what happens?
Internally.
Internally. In front end, what happens? Yeah.
Like in React, we give one event like on click. So in code, we give that if when we click the submit button, that is on click, it should be redirected to the next page, like your response has been submitted. Something.
Okay. So let's say if you collected the data from the user in that form, the user pressed the submit button. What happens to that data? How will you store it?
You can store it in local storage.
Sorry?
Local storage.
Okay.
By using set item.
No, I want that data permanently in database. So how will you do it?
Database.
Yeah, how will you do it? How will you make sure that that data safely goes into database?
Set item getting.
Okay, see you have a web page. That form is there.
No, I understood the question.
Not sorry.
I understood the question.
Form is there. User clicks on the submit button. You want that data to store in the database. So tell me the journey between user clicking the submit button, it's going to database. Yeah.
Not making them with any projects with database.
Okay, so assume that you have a backend framework in Django. So now tell me, user clicks on the button, where will the request go and how it will save the
The
request?
request will go to backend by using fetch keyword in there. We fetch the API, backend API.
Okay.
And in
We
backend.
are not fetching something, right? We are posting it.
Yeah, okay, sorry. India will give for giving the API URL, we have to give the keyword called fetch here.
Okay.
So we'll give that the keyword and along with the API URL, and then we'll it goes to backend, and from there the database connection happens.
Okay.
And it stores in DB, that is the backend process.
Okay. Tell me. Now, user So now tell me, just by internet connection, you have a phone. Okay. For example, you have now written the test, right? In that test, you have written all the answers. Few answers saved in the database, few answers did not save. Why do you think that happened?
It didn't get updated. The database didn't get updated. Maybe
Yeah, why is that? Why
Why
the
is that?
issue happened? What is the reason for it?
network issue.
Okay, suppose if you had the network, what does the website would have done? Let's say you have a network now. What the website would have done?
The answers will be there. It will be submitted properly.
No. See, um, for example, you write your name in the form. Okay. As soon as you write and you close the tab, you did not submit. You close the tab. Okay. And you reopen again after 1 or 2 days. Your name will be there. How this is happening? For example, let's say you are using different laptop only. You are not even opening the same laptop. With the same credential, you are logging. If you open the same form with that same email, you can see that name field there. How is this? How to make it happen?
We can if it is logged in a specific email, that response should be there. We can do something like that.
How the data is there only. For example, you written in this laptop. You closed it right after writing the name. You did not even press the submit button. I'm mentioning that point. You didn't press the submit button also. You close the tab. After 2 days, you open from the different device with the same email. You get the name auto filled there only. You did not even submit that. So how is this data is getting saved?
Even without submitting, also we can save it in India.
Yeah, we can. How?
React wise you are asking.
Technically, you can answer.
Okay, so in React there is a feature called on change.
On change. Okay.
So whenever the input field anything is changing, we can use that function and we can store something.
Okay. So do you think this happens? This on change happens based on? I mean, what is this on change? Whether it's based on the user action or is based on a time interval? Is it based on time interval or is it based on the user action?
User action.
User action. So here also one more thing is there. For example, you write your name. Does this on change event happens based on every keyword typing? For example, your name is Dia. Okay, Dia, right? When you write D, does the action happens, or when you write Dia, does action happens? Based on every character or after that field?
We can do anything else. If we want it one by one, we can do like that. And if we want after this much seconds, we can do that also by using set timer.
Okay. So which one is better?
I think giving the time period is better.
Why?
The API will be rendering again and again once they are typing each and every letters.
Okay. In this, we are saying the time interval is better, right? Suppose user opens the website and he goes somewhere. Still, that API call keep on happening, right? If it is based on the time interval.
No, the API will happen only after a specific amount of time.
We set the time interval. See, we had two options here. Either we set the time interval or we go with the on change. We said we are going with the time interval. Let's say the time interval is every 5 seconds. The sync happens. You write, you don't write, the sync happens every 5 seconds. The request will go to backend. This is the correct state. Okay. Let's say user just opens the website, and if this request is keep on happening every time, isn't this waste of resource?
I think so.
Okay. So how to tackle this problem? When we should save properly? If you are going with the time interval, when if the user doesn't type anything also, that API calls keep on happening. So what is the proper way to implement this?
So we can
See, you faced a problem today. You as a front-end developer, how will you solve it? assuming the network connection is there. Here the main reason I think is network connection only, because it's developed by Google. They won't make such silly mistakes. Okay. Assume network connection is there. Still, if you face this kind of issue, how you would have, as a front-end developer or as a full-stack developer, how will you solve it?
I thought about on-scenes, right?
Yeah.
We can use both together, like on-scenes and set timeout.
Fine. So, tell me, yeah, when you search google.com in the browser, what happens?
So Google.com is the domain name, and the Google doesn't, browser server doesn't understand the like domain names. So the Google.com does, it passes to the DNS resolver, and it converts the domain name into IP address, and that will be understood by the server. And
No, that will be understood by browser.
browser, and the IP address of Google is 8.8.8.8, and so it will return the Google browser address.
Okay. So you said something. You said the IP address of google.com is 8.8.8. That is incorrect. Google's domain server's IP is 8.8.8. Google's IP address is different. If you want to check, you can go to MX Toolbox. There you can search google.com. It will return some random 172 point or something. Okay. So what you said 8.8 is a Google's DNS. Google.com server is IP address is different. Okay. Suppose if you want to get the domain for your name, dia.com, how will you get it?
I have to get domain from
dia.com. If you want dia.com, where will you go and ask? So which programming language are you finding it? Python. Okay. So what happens inside a class? Inside a method, if you call a super method, what happens at that time? When do we use super method?
super method is used when we have multiple methods with same name. Like in parent and child class, you'll be having same method name, but when the child don't want to inherit the entire parent class, and if you want to just inherit just the method from the parent, we use super.
No. When you inherit, you get everything, right?
We can just inherit only the method from the parent class.
I mean, when you inherit the parent, you get everything. Then why do you use super?
Like one example I say for
Yeah.
We are using the init method, right? In parent, if we are using the init method,
init method.
will be like initializing by using self the like the whatever fields we have, and if we are inheriting the parent, and then if we are using super by using the dot init,
Yeah.
then we don't want to like write again self dot like in the child class as well. Like already we have written a parent class, so we don't want to do that again in child class. Initially.
No, I'm not convinced with your answer.
You didn't understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are having a parent class.
Yeah. I mean, I have a parent class, I have a child class. Child have inherited the parent. Now, when I say I am inheriting, I'm getting everything whatever parents has, correct? Still, why I use super method? Why do I use super method? If I get everything from the parent class, then why do I use super method? At what moment should I use super method?
That was my answer.
No, I did not understand. You can repeat again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in parent class, if you are having the init method, will be having.
Okay.
So there will be initializing self dot like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And in the child class, we don't have to do this init method again.
In the child class, you don't have to. In child class also.
Like
Okay.
we don't want to do it self dot name equal to name.
Okay,
Again,
okay.
If we are using super, it will just get inherited from the parent.
Yeah, correct. Okay, fine. Tell other application. This is okay. Tell anything else.
same
Same name.
Yeah. And we want to print both of them.
Okay.
So we use Super to.
So, when do you use patch method and when do you use put method?
Put method is used when we have to like update most of the records, and patch we can use when we have just like one or two updates.
Okay. So when user enters the username and password, what happens first? Whether it is authentication or authorization.
Authentication.
So what is authorization?
Authorization means authentication will just check if the user is valid, like this. And authorization means it will check the role of the logged in user. It is a student or teacher, and it will give the access. If it is a teacher, it will give the required access for the user. If it is a student.
Okay. So you worked on Django, right? Have you noticed anywhere that the whatever you learned in the OOPS concept that is being applied in the Django? Have you noticed any? You can give any example for polymorphism, inheritance, abstraction, and what else? Polymorphism, encapsulation. Anything have you observed in Django that is OOPS is being used?
I don't know if this is correct, but sometimes when we are like we have to get the response right narrowly. So we'll just pass, even though if the table has multiple fields, we only want like the ID only. So it's like we can consider that as an like abstraction. We only show the required details, right?
Sorry, you are saying the response.
Yeah, response body that we get.
Return response, that one you're saying, yeah, correct, that response is there, right? That I think it's itself a class. You don't, that's a good example for abstraction. Anywhere can you say example for inheritance? Okay, so where do you write your core logic of API? In which file?
Logic of API. Views.
Views. How do you create views? You write class
Yeah.
and you write the class name. How to make that class as a view class?
By passing API view.
Yeah, what is that API view?
We are inheriting that from.
What is it? Okay. Even in the models or serializer, we write a class to give the behavior, we inherit, we write something inside the bracket, right? That is inheritance. Okay. To make that particular class as a serializer, we inherit serializer. To make it model, we inherit model. To make views, we inherit views. Right? So that is inheritance. So tell me, if you want to create one row in database through SQL, how will you do? Through Django, how will you do? To create one row, extra row in one table. Let's say you have a table, user table only. You want to add one more user. How will you do in terms of SQL? How will you do in terms of Django?
In Django, we can do it by coding in models.py. We can give extra field in the like which table we want in that class. We can add.
No, I'm not asking about the column. You want to add one more user. That means one more row is getting created, right? Not talking about the columns. Table is ready. 10 users are there already. Now you want to add one more user. How will you do through SQL? Through Django.
Django we can do it in Django admin.
Yeah, that is one of the through code I am asking. That is correct only. Through code. What is that exact syntax to create?
Create super use. Sorry, that one is Django admin. Create super
That
use.
is Django. Okay, have you heard about this insert keyword?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Now, tell, have you heard it?
In SQL we can like insert into table name and we can give whatever values we want.
That's one more row I will get. Now tell me through Django.
Example, that's function models.objects.create. That is for
Correct. Yeah. So that is when you do models.object.create, a new row will be created. That is one of the method in Django. Another method is using the serializer. You can use serializer.sync. Everything will happen internally. Okay. So in Django you are using model.object.create, right? Postgres won't understand this. So who does this job? For PostgreSQL, what is the name of the tool? What engine do you use?
That site.
Yeah.
Can I tell the spelling?
Yeah.
PSY COPG.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Suppose let's say you have been hired. They assigned your task. Your manager assigned your task. Okay. Now he didn't give all the details. He just said this is the thing you have to create. This way. Let's say he said to create to 5 APIs. Okay. Now how will you? He just said and left it. Okay. Now how will you approach your manager and ask? You need details to create the API, right? What all details you will ask to your manager? What all information will you collect from the manager to create the API?
So he just said you have to create 5 APIs.
Just 5 API from this module. Assume tables there, everything is there. Okay. Assume table is there, everything is there. Just said that this is the module. For example, one of the module is test. Test is the module. For test module, you have to create 5 API. One is get, put, create, delete, whatever. Now, what question will you ask your manager to get more clarification? What all requirements will you ask?
First of all, he said specifically he said 5 APIs.
Yeah, 5 APIs.
So which are 5 methods he want to use that I will ask. Then what output is expecting from these APIs.
Okay. I mean, just by this information, I'm damn sure that you can't create anything. You need more information. Think like he said all this,
Yes.
only this much. Now you have to create. Now you have no clue what to do. You have to create it. So what are question? You said one is what is the output response that API is required, right? That is good one. What else?
What all validation he want for
Okay.
each APIs.
Correct.
And who all can access this APIs.
Correct.
Who all can update everything.
Okay.
Then
You should ask the purpose of this API, right? Where should I use this API? What is the actual purpose of this? Without knowing the purpose, what logic will you write? Right? Okay, fine. So you are studying in the final year right now?
no, I have completed my paper.
You completed your 25%. Do you have any questions for me?
Sorry?
Do you have any questions for me?
Like, yeah, I do have. You are also 20 pass out.
Yeah.
So, how did you just land to a good job just after passing out?
Simple question answer is I joined a good college. Okay. Yeah, I joined a good college. I joined through CET. It's a Karnataka level entrance exam. Okay. In that I scored pretty good score, so I got into good college. It comes under top 10. So in our college, 80-90% placement happens. So that's how I got the placement. But I did not follow that. I mean, I did few months I did job, then I didn't feel like doing it. Then I started my own.
You're having your own company.
Yeah. Any other question? Um, are you looking for? Are you applying for any job?
Yes, multiple.
Okay. Are you getting any calls?
No, I'm only getting like fake calls.
Fake calls are there. You have to ignore it.
Every day I get them.
To be frank, you did interview pretty well. In our class, 2 people are already working in my company. Okay, it's an unpaid internship. If you feel like you can, if you want to work till you get the job. So currently, my company is not in a stage to pay the employees. Okay, so we are a team of around 10 people. In that, 2 people from this class already there. They are working pretty good. If you want to join, please let me know because I am looking for one Django developer.
Okay, yes, sure, sir. I'm looking this one.
Okay. You can think and say, not immediately.
So can you
It's
share-
like a flexible timing, and it's not like you have to do this many days. If you get good job, you can leave. Not an issue. There is no pressure, nothing. Okay. So tell me if you really want to